Hello.
Just a little ditty I put together this morning. All right, we'll turn the air off in a second. But first, Kenda, how are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you very much. Norlex, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Great. What is the last movie you saw in a movie theater?
The Planet of the Apes movie.
And did we enjoy it?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Good times, good times.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you?
No, I do not. But we'll talk about it so much. Norlex, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Great. What is the last movie you saw in a movie theater?
The Planet of the Apes.
You stuck to your guns. That's good.
Last call for cherries.
Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
KeithAndTheGirl.com/new. Where does that go? NEW? Well, it goes to the new store, doesn't it? And how exciting it is because the Marathon Audio is right there.
24 hours.
The video's coming very soon. If you pre-ordered, you should already have email on how to download it for, free basically.
The audio. We sent the Marathon Audio to those who donated to our bootleg Kickstarter. We did a different kind of fundraiser this year. So you should have your audio. The video is coming out in about, I'm going to say a week. And Keith is going to look at me funny.
Hey, go for it. You got to go for it, right? You make goals. You put it out there.
You know what? Fuck it. Check now. It could be there.
Right.
I'm magic.
Also, books are available in this new store. It's just the other store was a little clunky, but now you get my autobiography is there. Our relationship book is there. Very easy to navigate through. My stand-up audio and video, Awake, is there as well. Just take a look. KeithandTheGirl.com/new.
And if you're going to get the book, use code BOOK69 and you'll get half off of everything that has to do with books in our store.
That's right. Kenda, by the way, if you want to see her live, she will be on a show called The Bitch Seat. That is the 31st of this very month.
I feel like you booked me on that. Hey, I know a bitch.
Yeah. Kenda will be on The Bitch Seat.
We're talking about our childhoods and showing pictures and things like that. I've been to the show. It's really fun. It's at QED. So, it's super easy, nice neighborhood place.
Don't forget, go to KeithandTheGirl.com/events to find out different times when we'll be live.
This particular one is under KeithandTheGirl.com/bitch. Finally, there's something that is on /bitch that leads to something I'm doing.
I was surprised it wasn't already taken.
It probably was. We'll just keep switching it for other bitchy things that I do.
Today's guest performs at New York Comedy Club, Broadway Comedy Club, producer and host of Lex Fest, and featured on WQED's The Comedy Confluence. Ladies and gentlemen, Norlix Belma.
Hey.
How you doing, Norlix?
I'm good, man. Thank you.
I saw Norlix perform in stand-up not too long ago, and what did I say? I said, GD fantastic.
Yes, you did.
You are great.
Down at Snowdonia, that was a fun show that night, too, man.
Very fun.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing.
I've been doing it for a little bit.
How long?
Coming up 5 years now, pretty soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Snowdonia is a fun spot in that you are this close as we are to you.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you are standing up in a mic. And I could just be like chatting with you, but instead you're on mic. I wasn't there that night. Did you have an okay time?
Oh, yeah. I had that's one of my favorite shows to do in the city because I like Kate, who runs the show.
She's super
and
nice.
The people who run that venue are nice, too. And it's always a good crowd, so I had a good set. They let me close out, and it was a good time.
Keith, is that true, or?
He was good, but it is an odd room, and that's why I love it.
It's intimate as hell.
A nice amount of the audience doesn't know there's going to be a show. They think they're having dinner, and this dude is 5 feet away from you, trying to make you laugh, and you're on dessert.
Yeah,
that's fun to me.
You're so evil. That's like so evil.
Because
a guerrilla comedy, man. It's ambush.
Right.
A lot of times people have no idea it's coming their way.
They do call it that. They call it ambush shows.
Yeah.
And, he can't get mad if I'm there with my friend having dinner and whispering to each other.
Yeah, because that's actually like the nice version of what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, in that room is as big as this room. So if I'm whispering to you,
right,
how subtle
always stands out.
Yeah.
Like, I hate when people, I don't hate it, but I've gotten used to it. When people are at those shows and they have conversation at regular
level
volume, right? And then get mad at you. You be like, dude, you could at least take that to the side, Facebook Messenger the person next to you, just write a note, flash your phone. Don't talk like the show isn't happening.
Right. Yeah. The show, like, it is one thing though. You're in the middle of dinner and it's like showtime. Like, fuck, I didn't sign up for this. Like, I really wanted to yell and scream.
Wait, am I on the train all of a sudden? What's going on here?
And it's a confusing time for people that are willing to heckle because you're so close that if you ask, what are those questions where you don't really want an answer?
Rhetorical.
If you ask a rhetorical question,
as a comic,
you're right there. You feel like you have to answer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're looking you in the eye individually.
Right.
Like, did you guys take the train here? Just waiting for you.
Right.
People are way more. Well, my experience is that people are more down to challenge you in those settings than they are in the club settings.
Really? I would think not.
I've had a few showdowns, usually with women. Now I think about it. I've had a few showdowns in those intimate, small venue shows where it's we're gonna face off right now about this thing. I was doing a joke about I want white woman confidence, Right? It's like just do like whatever hell, like certain things, like whatever hell I want, like scuff somebody's shoe on the train and like not have to apologize for it. And like this lady wanted to have a whole conversation. Like, why you got to talk about white women? I was like, well,
ironically,
tell me, exactly. Thank you. I was like, tell me this is not true. It's almost like that Burr special where he's talking about there's not a reason to hit a woman, and the woman starts heckling, and he's like, you gave me one more reason. You know what I mean? It was like that kind of setup.
It would be great if you were like, and this was a black woman. I didn't understand her.
No, it was definitely a Hannah, you know?
I saw that with, I saw Hannibal Buress at like a random show he tweeted at like 2 hours before. It was absolutely fucking packed. And it was in Brooklyn at the Knitting Factory, like right in the front.
Right.
And so as soon as you walk in, you're there, but there's no room to walk in. Woman in the front starts talking to him, and he's like, this isn't what we're doing right now. And she's like, talk it out, Broad City. And he's like, get the fuck. He kicked her out.
Good.
He's like, we're all going to wait until you leave because this is exactly what I'm talking about. And he went into like what you're saying. Like,
right.
This is it. If you don't see what your privilege is right now. And actually, women have that joke for men. I wish I had the confidence of a cis straight man.
Oh,
like
I could
it's
totally
all,
imagine that.
Yeah, there's a little wonderful pyramid that we all live
Privilege
in.
pyramid?
Yes, yeah.
I would like to help you build that up. You know?
Yeah.
we got to get that on the gram ASAP.
Oh, I'm gonna let you do that
Okay.
because I feel like I could put people on the wrong side of the pyramid and I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, you're gonna catch some barbs. I feel like I might be less attacked. They'll be like, you know what? You're in the middle of that pyramid.
Yeah, because you're a cis dude, right?
Yep.
But you're black.
Right. No, I'm a
way-
large black man. I feel like that's another part of the pyramid.
Yeah, and that's the way I'm gonna have to say it. But you're black, so I'm a cis woman, but I'm a woman.
And you just saying that is asking for trouble.
Exactly. I don't want to be like, yeah, but you're black, so I had to put you below.
But you black, so
Yeah.
No.
what if you were reverse Steve Martin and you're like, I'm
What?
she just blew your mind. Before the show starts, we just to get people talking for the mic check, I asked, what's the last movie you saw in a movie theater? You said it's the War for the Planet of the Apes.
Yep.
You enjoyed this.
Yeah, I didn't.
And it's good and great reviews, so you're obviously right. I don't know what it is about. You know what it was, I think? I'm like, did I forget Woody Harrelson was in an earlier Apes movie? And he wasn't.
No.
And they just make it like, this is the evil commander. It's on. Like, he looked, first time you see him, he like looks at the camera like, remember me? And I'm like, no, I don't.
Yeah, with the war paint on his face and stuff. Yeah. I mean, okay, so I dug it for a few reasons. I didn't go into that movie thinking I was going to like be on the side of the apes like at the end of the day, you know, like.
Really?
Oh, not at all. I mean, I'm a dude. I'm a human.
I see. I thought it's understood that we're all on the side of the apes and humans are assholes.
Nah, bump that.
Okay.
Oh man, I don't know how to participate. I want to know what side I'm on, but I haven't watched any of them.
But it's interesting because like they make you really feel for the apes. Like they humanize. There's a word for that? Not humanize. There's a word for
Personification.
Yeah, giving animals human traits. Yeah. So
I think personification is for inanimate objects, right? Oh, is that your joke? And I'm being an asshole? No. Okay, I'll stop now because that's what you're doing. Okay.
So I went into it like, you know what? I don't know how I'm gonna feel about these apes. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this, and I was really caring for them. Like I felt really bad.
Right.
And I thought the action was pretty cool in this one. It was a little toned down, but it really ratchets itself up at the end. So I enjoyed the film overall.
What bothered me the most is that I didn't care for the movie, and I lost my wallet.
Damn.
Yes.
Oh, so this is
There's a double
yeah, I
barrel.
was about to say, yeah.
Don't you feel like he should have started with that? I didn't like the movie, but you lost your wallet.
Yeah,
that
you got to
day.
lead off with that. Like,
Yeah.
nah, man, you got to go back, have a full wallet on you. Matter of fact, leave the wallet at home. Just take the credit card and the Metro card with you, and you'll be cool.
No, I judged the movie before I checked my pocket, so I think I'm fair.
Okay. Where'd you watch it at? Like, what theater?
A theater here in Astoria, and I got home, and I thought I put my wallet, like I took it out of my pocket, I thought, and then I'm like, why did I take it out of my pocket? And I thought I put it back in. I didn't have it. So I either lost it in my house, and I don't see it anywhere. The house just happened to be cleaned. Or I left it at the theater, and I called the theater.
You call the theater
like four
it's-
different times.
It's so sad because this is not. I don't think it's like Keith to feel optimistic and go like, yeah, they'll find it and put it on the
Right.
side for me.
Right.
So for Keith to call, I feel like you're rolling your eyes like this is stupid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it anyway, but I'm gonna get hassle. And the whole time you're just like, why am I even bothering?
And after the first time, they don't see it. This whoever answers, whatever idiot, and he takes my information. Then I call back maybe half hour later after I'm turning the house upside down for no. Excuse me, the house. This is how I was looking for it. Throwing shit all over the place. So I call back and I say, can I leave my name and number? And they say, yeah. And I'm like, fuck, why don't you already have it? So they take it. Then I call back another half hour. And I go, yeah, I left my wallet there. They have no idea. This is news. Like, how come you're all not getting together and going, this dude keeps calling about his wallet. His name is Keith. So I say, you know what? I left I think I lost a black wallet there. They go, okay, hold on. Come back to the phone. What's your name?
Oh, come on, dude.
And I go, Keith Malley. And they go, oh, okay, hold on.
Oh.
Hi, no, we don't have it. I'm like, you motherfucker.
They're edging you pretty hard, man. That's the worst foreplay. What's your name, Doug? Oh, yeah, we got you. Nah, we don't. Sorry.
And then
try this again in 2 days.
And then that day and the next day, I show up in person. Again, giving my name and number. Like, don't you have it? You should have me in 17 different places, it feels like. But okay, here's my name and number again.
Did you have cash in the wallet?
Yeah, I had at least $60 in the wallet.
You got boosted, bro. You got boosted.
I had MetroCard, and then, of course, my everything was in there. Yeah.
Did you, when you were at the theater, were you like, can I just check the theater?
I
know they clean up
after. This is too far out at this point.
It was the weekend. Everything was packed. There's no wallet left on the floor, which I assume that's how it must have fell out of my shorts because I have bad knees, so I shuffle my legs around a lot.
Did you not?
Did you have cargos? Oh, sorry,
I was going to say, did you not close the cargo?
Yeah.
There's not really closing on them.
I see.
I move. Adam showed me his shorts. They have zippers. I'm going zipper out. I don't know what's fashionable or not, but apparently you're not supposed to wear cargo shorts anyway.
Yeah.
So
it's time to level up, Keith.
I'm wearing zippers.
Yeah. I'm not hip to this no cargo shorts thing. I haven't seen comics wear cargo shorts on stage, and I feel weird about it. But I think, like, as in civilian life, that shouldn't be a problem.
It's so practical.
For a dude. Come on, man.
I don't know. Like, when did that start? Like, no cargo. It was.
I don't know.
Fashionable, and then you just go, not anymore. Like, whether it fits on you or not, and it's still in good condition, throw it out.
Oh no, I don't agree at all. Because for a guy, like, especially summertime, right? So in the fall, you might have like your jacket on. In the winter, you can put stuff in your jacket, use that as storage. But in the fall, if you have to take your summer, if you have to take your charger, let's say you smoke, so you got a pack on you, plus your phone, plus your weed or whatever it is. Like, cargo shorts are your key. Perfect.
They're a purse.
Perfect. You don't want to walk around with a JanSport bag in your 20s, you know? Like, like you want to be crushing stuff in your pockets. It's great. What's
funny is, like, walking around with a JanSport or any kind of, like, backpack. When I was in high school, that was popular. Like as a fashion statement. I remember it, and this is going to be so pathetic and stupid. So we're in high school, we're seniors, and we go to the West Village. It's all we used to go to, just walk up and down 8th Street and Broadway and whatever. And, oh, yeah, you're born and raised in New York. Yeah. This is so funny because I speak to people who are raised here differently than I do other people.
So, oh, yeah, you're hip. Yeah, I'm hip too. Yeah,
well, because he's like, where are you from? I'm like, just out in Queens. Just forget it. And he's like, I was born and raised here. I was like, oh, I'm from Jamaica.
Right. That's exactly how that conversation went, by the way, people.
So, okay, so we were going to clubs, and, like, in the clubs, people were, it was, like, the rave scene sort of started, and it was, like, rave light in the club. So it was big pants, but not as big as ravers. But ravers were wearing backpacks, and you just wore it while you're dancing. We used to have the little ones. And then, so one day I went to buy a new backpack because I guess it's like a new outfit.
Right.
And you know, usually when you buy things, you got to, like, it's annoying because you just shop now. You got to carry it around. I wore it on my back, and my friend was like, I'll hold that for you. And I was like, no, I got it. Because, like, we both wanted to feel cool with a backpack on our back. So we're like, no, man, like, that's so nice of you. But now just, you know what, I'll just wear it so it won't be, like, a big deal. So don't worry. She's like, I can help you with, like, I could just wear it. And I'm like, oh my God, are we just both not? And we're being teenagers.
She's trying to steal your swag, man. Right. No, I ain't with it. Not at all.
But the thing is we both didn't admit. We just want to, like, no, let me be cool. No,
Right.
I'll be cool.
Right.
We were just like, no, it's totally like, you got to have a backpack to carry things. Like, that's not my fault. If I happen to look cool with this backpack on, that's just a side note, not my fault. Anyway, I'll carry it. Thanks.
I end up, I see every movie ever made. So I'm
Right.
back at the theater last night. And I'm a manager, you know, whatever that suit they make him wear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, but I can tell
parts
you.
of a 3-piece.
Yes.
And they always like just the vest and the pants. You're like, yo, where's that jacket at, dog?
So he's the ticket guy.
Yeah.
And I go, you know what? I don't even know why. And I kind of say it dejected, and I'm like, yeah, about a week ago I lost my wallet. He's a black fucking wallet. And they're like, you know what? I can check. I'll see with the floor manager. But you come after your movie. I don't want you to miss your movie. And I'm like, well, I happen to know you have 20-minute previews, no exaggeration. Okay.
Yeah, you have it timed out perfect, right?
Yeah. Oh, I live so close, and I come in there 30 seconds before that everybody must think I'm sneaking in.
All right.
So then at the guest services lost and found, there happens to be another manager right there. So I go, okay, hey, did you see a wallet?
The whole thing.
It's black. Who gives a shit? And she goes, oh, let me check. I'm like, yeah, go check. She comes out.
What's your name?
Right. She comes out and just holds the wallet. It's my wallet.
Do you recognize it right away?
Yes. And I go,
It's like a child.
yeah.
It's a black wallet.
And I go, holy shit! Pardon my French. Holy shit! The money's missing. The Metro card's missing.
Of course.
But everything else is there, and it's a big deal. And I'm like, I can't fucking believe it. And then I start walking away with it. Then I come back, and I go, actually, the money's missing. I'm just curious. Where did you find it? Did somebody take the money and did shit? Was it? Do you think it might have been? Not that I'm taking you to court, but do you think it was one of you guys? You know, that kind of thing. And they have no idea. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and I totally get why you asked, but it would be very funny if they were like, yeah, Richard brought it back, and we have been looking at him funny.
He's kind of suspect.
It's so funny. In the last week, he brought back 3 wallets, and we keep thinking he's a good Samaritan, but, you're right. Maybe we should look into him.
He's finding all these empty wallets.
Yeah.
Right. None of these wallets have cash.
Yeah. Oh, Metro cards.
Yeah.
But they all have Social Security cards in them. I don't understand what's going on here.
But when somebody steals, like coincidentally, Andrea was at the gym, had her purse stolen.
Like within 24 hours of the same week or something.
Okay.
The money, 24 hours the same day. The money's taken, but everything else is left. Is this the new thing? Like,
it's old.
Yeah, that's
old.
that's pretty standard operating procedures. You find a wallet,
why not put the? But it sounds like so. This person took her purse.
Yeah.
Went in the dude's bathroom. Took the money out.
Oh, they took it out of the female locker room.
Okay, right. They went over.
And then they took it to the male locker room.
Right. So, okay, a purse is big.
Right.
She's into fashion. It's the size of a house. But my wallet, take my wallet, take it home. And dump it in the garbage. What is it like? I got to do this real fast. Nobody's going to pat you
Let's
down.
think about it this way, right?
Yeah.
You just stole a wallet. You have evidence on you. The Metro card and the cash can't be traced.
That's where I was going with it.
But
who was raised in New York? You and me, buddy. You and me.
Yeah, what she said is exactly what I was going to tell you. Like, you find it, you're like, okay, let me take what can't be traced back to me. So you take cash, Metro cards out of there. You might find like a path card on. Oh, cool. I'm out of here.
I had Vicodin in there. Like, why aren't you?
Well, that person missed
that
person missed the come up. They could have made a little scratch or had a good time that night, but that's pretty much standard operating, man.
But I don't get the part you have evidence on you. They're not closing the doors and going, everybody stop. Nolly lost his wallet.
But okay, so let's look at it this way. Let's say like you're like second or third to last person to walk out the theater, right?
Right.
And you find the wallet and you're walking out, and somebody from the staff sees you have bent down and picked up something which appears to be a wallet. So let's say you come running back before that person gets out the theater, like, yo, I lost my wallet. That staff person's gonna be like, oh, that dude in that Yankee fitted took that wallet. So they could stop you. And if you have the wallet on you, you're fucked. But if you walk by the bathroom, yank, throw it out and be out, then what are they going to say to you?
But I mean, thank God that it seems like, it almost seems nice.
I sound like such a criminal right now.
No, but here's another scenario. You got it. You took the cash out. You took the Metro card out. You put the wallet in your back pocket just so you can stash it somewhere else. You can throw it out maybe in a different neighborhood or something. You get not pulled over. What's pedestrian pulled over?
Yeah.
Personification.
Somebody stops you for whatever the fuck reason because you're being you, because you probably look fucking shady as fuck, or someone's assuming that you're looking shady.
Or even one level down. Let's say you're smoking weed on the corner with your homies and you forgot that you have it in your wallet or in your pocket. and they come around, scoop you, like, why do you have this person's ID? That person's reports are missing. Nah, you're fucked.
You know what I bet they do, these assholes? They take my money, they take my MetroCard, then they turn in the wallet for praise.
Yep.
Actually, yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, I can see that.
In high school, we would there was lunch, and then right after lunch was the next class, and so you were kind of in the class before the class officially started. So the teacher was always late, and I would draw big dicks,
of course,
on the chalkboard.
Of course.
Yeah, I went to all boys school. This is what we did too. Yeah.
Oh, it was a hoot. Everybody, even the women loved it.
Yeah.
And then the teacher came in. I was like, and she's like, "Oh God!" And then I go, "Can I erase this?" And she's like, "Yes, please, thank you." And the please, thank you is like, "I can't believe you're looking like a pussy in front of all the other students, but you know what? I do appreciate that."
That's
then,
points though.
Yeah, and then everybody's laughing more. The teacher thinks it's because maybe I look like a pussy, but
that is the best rebel scenario. Like, that is taking the wallet and throwing it out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, look, good luck tracing it back to me. Unless one of these fucking snitches. Nobody snitched ever? You didn't have an enemy?
You know what? I would always change the clock in homeroom.
Seriously?
And
How?
Jason Martz ratted me out for no reason. So
God
yes,
damn it, Jason.
I'm 43 now. I remember Jason.
Yeah, and did you see that look in his face? Like, yeah, this motherfucker. I know exactly. Yeah, let me catch him at the 25th anniversary, whatever it is.
I mean,
it's
all
gonna
of
be
it,
a problem.
Right?
He's not in the habit of letting it go.
Right. All of us, like, it's hilarious that our class is late for first period in our different classes always. That's hilarious. What are you doing? I wanted to say something about the clock. What did you get, Jason?
Right.
What did you get?
You know what? I understand Jason for wanting the clock to be right, but not ratting on you. Does
Yeah.
that make sense? Because you're not actually like, this isn't like a stepping stone to you being criminal Keith Malley.
Right.
Like, it's a prank. You're a kid. It's fine. But some kids really want to get to class on time because it disrupts their...
Fucking dweebs.
Yeah, that's worse.
No.
We used to call them
Yes.
herbs.
Yeah, we call them herbs.
Oh,
Yeah, you
we're
fucking
going back to
herbs.
herbs.
Yeah, that's the original noob.
Yeah, it is. It is. And it's pre-cuck.
Right.
No, we used to do a lot of ignorant shit. Like, I went to all boys school here in the city, so like I would.
Where at?
Zavarian High School.
Never heard of it.
Oh yes, all boys school, 71st and Shore. It's the last street in Brooklyn. Like, you walk out the school, you can see the water. You look to the left, you see the Verrazano Bridge. It's
By
like
the way,
way out there.
That's the movie I just saw last night, Viserion and the City of a Thousand Planets.
Oh, I'm going to see that. Post this.
Yeah.
Valerian. No, okay, now I get what you did.
Venereal.
Yeah,
Is it personification?
It's not a good movie.
it's not.
Well, he doesn't like it.
Did you lose your wallet?
I found my wallet. So I would love it.
You would love it. It's like, damn, this seems to be 2 for 2. Like, goddamn, he lose a wallet, he hates that movie.
It's very well done, and the graphics are amazing. But the
plot?
It happens. Not the plot's clever. It happens to be the two main characters, the kids, are horrible, horrible actors.
Ah,
Oh, wow, that's terrible.
it's like Chloe Delavine and that
some
other kid's
kid.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't they find good actors, even if you're a kid? Well, not a lot of parents, I guess, want to abuse their kids and take them out.
Oh, I mean, that's one way.
I actually don't think that. I
Yeah.
don't think you're straight up abusing your kid because they're an actor, but it's a line.
Before I forget that, I want the prank that we used to do in high school. We used to skin people's book bags. I don't know if you guys did that. So,
What's this mean?
So, like, somebody would have their book bag in class, right? And somebody would steal their bag,
Okay.
take all the books out of it, turn it inside out, put all the books back into it, and zip it from the inside and put on. So you're chilling like all the class or whatever, right? And then it's like, it's time to go. Bell rings, and you just grab the loop on your bag and
Right.
walk out. You go to reach it, and it's just the inside of your bag. So we call it skinning book bag.
That's like the nicest prank. It's like, here's all your stuff back, but it's reversed.
No, but the interesting thing is that you didn't always get, if you had something valuable in your bag, it might go missing. So we had like a hustle where we used to sell TI-83 calculators.
Yeah.
Because they were $100 in the bookstore, but we had like a black market. We could sell them for like 60, 65.
Where is this black market?
Black market, well, one of the outlets was My Locker.
But where'd you get them from?
From they
reversing?
fell, let's just say they fell off the back of a few trucks. You know what I'm saying? Mostly from skinning book bags. That's the point, you know. Yeah, we made a pretty penny off of those, and then we had an Asian dude, this dude Tommy Wong. He would put games on it because you put games on TI-83. So if we got games on it, we would charge you $80 for it. Oh yeah, this was like a full like my sophomore, junior, senior year of high school. This was a full operation. I had state textbooks for sale.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
What do you feel at all bad for it?
No.
No.
No, supplemental income, dude.
Is this a private school?
Yeah.
So did you feel like everyone just has money and who gives a shit?
Partially and partially, like, I'm a Brooklyn kid, so like hustling is just in our spirit. You know, you're always gonna find a hustle from young. I had friends of mine, you know, selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards, you know, making decent amount of money off of that. I had friends of mine selling Jordan laces with the metal tips. That was like an actual market for a while.
How much did that go for?
You can get them for 15 if you got like the real metal ones. You can get them for like 7 or 10 if they were fake. Or you could just go to Chinatown and get it for $5. But that was like a real thing in New York City for a little while.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So we all had industry.
I'm sorry I changed the clock.
Yeah, I like how this started so innocent. We
Yeah.
would take out the books and then put them back in.
Right.
Anyway,
then
but we wouldn't leave you with everything.
Nah, it definitely devolved into criminal activity, juvenile criminal activity.
Do you feel like, because this would worry me as a parent, right? That like knowing the difference between this is just a kid and this is like you're not gonna like just be a criminal now, even though you're taking how do you know the line of you're gonna continue doing this or it's just like a stupid kid thing to do? Because that's
I mean, yeah.
you could have gotten to jail.
Yeah, but it's like it's a school culture thing. I mean, this is not to throw the school under the bus, but when you have a school that's been open for that long, has been all boys that long, like it's like cultural thing. So, like we knew what lines were past school discipline, right? You would never take it past those lines. And even if you did something outside the school, if you stayed in the area of the school, the cops knew the boys from the school. They knew the staff. Half of our staff were former cops, so you knew what not to do to get yourself into real legal trouble. But anything that happened in the school, if you didn't involve a weapon, it would be handled in-house. Like, okay, you come here, we're going to talk about this. You might get in-house suspension for 2-3 days. You might get out-of-school suspension for 2 days, but
Anyone you were
never
working...
calling in the authorities. I had a friend of mine throw a paper plane, a lit on fire paper plane at a teacher, and they didn't call the authorities. That kid got kicked out of school though.
Okay, I was like, that's a little lenient.
But I mean, you could make an argument for assault, right? You could make an
you can make a couple arguments.
But
probably.
they were just like, okay, this is a dumb 15-year-old kid. We're gonna boot you, but we're not gonna call the cops on you.
Did they have a good call of who is like on this path and who's on that path? Like who's taking that a little too seriously, like that?
Yeah.
Like that could be a prank, but that also could be the start of somebody's sociopathic.
Yeah, true. I mean, some kids would take certain things too far. You know, like we had a big scrum in the school at one point. Some kid like brought a knife and was like ready to go at somebody else.
Is it extra violent because it's all dudes?
Yeah, but it's playfully. There's like a lot of like faux homoerotic, activity going on in the school, but it's all like for fun.
Like punching dick.
Yeah. Well, grabbing dicks,
What is that? Do you do that?
Sucking them off.
Of course.
I don't.
Let's take it 3 levels deeper. Giving beaches in the lacrosse locker room and shit.
Gotcha.
I mean, it was measured. We'd have like your friends walking in the hallway. Like my best friend went to the school. You just run up on him, just grab him by the back and start humping him for a second. The teachers would be like, all right, stop, get the 5th period. Right? Like, and so teabagging was a thing,
Wait, what? Like real teabagging?
Yeah, like trying to, well, usually in pant, right? Not like testicle outside of pants. Because then we got to fight.
Okay.
Right?
All right, that's the line. Okay.
That's the line.
I'm writing this down.
Skin to skin is the line,
Okay,
right?
great.
But if you're just like on the bench or something, somebody walks by and like puts their nuts on your thigh or like on your shoulder, you're gonna be like, dude, get off me, you so crazy, like like, oh, that Jesus is so clever, you know what I mean?
I think we found the difference between boys and girls.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever honked a titty. Like there's like
I would have.
honk,
Oh
honk,
man.
but like not like a buddy, I don't think
You ladies never did fish drops?
Oh God.
What's that market in Seattle where they're tossing the fish?
Mm-hmm. But you know what though? Now that I think about it, we did do weird physical shit though. We would I mean, I think it's very easy for females to like just sleep next to each other and even like, put their hands on each other, not in private spaces, but like, we don't care. And I had this friend, like we'd like no boundaries, and so we thought it'd be funny if like we sat on each other while one was peeing. I don't know
Oh,
why.
nice. That's
You know,
pretty-
it's so stupid.
That's how bonds are formed, you know.
Like we just thought it was so funny because we're already in the same room while each of us is peeing.
But you see the difference, right? Yours is weirder.
It's very weird now that I think about it. I don't even remember
in
who
hindsight.
was positioned where, and I feel like that's what I should remember. But I'm just like, I just think this would be funny.
And yours is friendly, as
Yeah.
opposed to throwing your balls in your pants in a dude's face.
That's
Yeah.
true. I never like smacked her and was
Right.
like, no boundaries, hey, best friends.
We good, right? Yeah. No.
We found out women like shove each other in the toilet.
Oh,
We also respect who likes doing that and who doesn't. I had another friend who like I wouldn't
didn't
get
play that.
and I was I was closer with her and she's like that's cool. We can do this differently.
See, like even like the hardest kids in my school, like during the school day, would like play around with that stuff. We leave that building, nah, man, all that shit's got to stop, you know.
Oh,
But
that's interesting.
because I mean, it's young boys, so like we know what the culture of the school is, but we were still wearing our uniforms. We're gonna be around all girls school girls. You're not gonna be letting your friends put their nuts on your shoulder and be like, "Oh, you so crazy," like that's that's not about to happen,
I find it I don't know how to feel about the separation. Like I understand one for distraction. Obviously you're not considering, gay people, but
Yeah.
but I still think it's like somewhat less distracting as a whole, but I don't know because I've never been to like an all girl situation.
I'm
But
very
at
grateful.
at the same time, I don't know if it's like better for one group and not the other. Like I think females should see some of what males do because I feel like what happens is like the all girls schools, they end up sort of being like, guys from your school.
They're a lot more sheltered than we were.
Yeah, guys
A
from your
lot
school
more.
are like circling them.
Yeah.
Right? Like I know that guys from my school, and we had a co-ed school, they would go, they knew when the all-girls school was coming out, so they'd like circle them and certain antics that I got used to being in the same room as boys all the time. I was just like, that was funny, and I know now that it's not funny,
Right.
like the stuff that they do, but you're getting like fresh shit from boys late. You know what I mean?
No, I get that.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful to have gone to an all-boys school. Like, one is the concentration stuff. Two, I feel like it just lets a lot of that, like, youthful, masculine, just, like, crazy, like,
Oh, so you
energy.
get to do that
You get to,
and-
like,
and
get
not
it all
be in
out.
front of-
Exactly.
I see.
Get it all out and not have to worry about impressing anybody or anything like that, So, I'm
Were
happy
there
with it.
openly gay guys in your school?
Every year had one.
My God.
Literally, every year had one.
The brave one.
But that person usually didn't come out to like junior year, which I can understand in the school. But usually
get
within
shit?
the 3-4, not really. Usually in the 3-4 years after school, like every year would have like 2 or 3 kids that would come out, and there was usually never any surprises. Like the 2 guys who came out in my year, like one I went to middle school with, so like I knew kind of already, and the other one I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, I see it. But it was never really issues when you see him in the street. So we used to come back for the basketball games. It was always like, hey, what's up, bro?
Do you still play around with them like you do everybody else?
What do you mean?
Like I could see being like, no, he's gay, so he's gonna enjoy me grabbing his crotch. Like, is that a thing?
No, I don't think that was the thing. I think you would more so. I'm trying to think. The kid in my year, we still played around with. The kid in my year was still like, "Come here, Tommy." Ha. You know what I mean?
I saw the claw come out. My goodness, is that
Yeah.
how you grab? Oh my
yeah,
God.
that's how you grabbing beef at 15. You know?
Would you guys get? It's hard to say because maybe you don't know the other side of it. Would you get more work done in school because your crush isn't there? You don't necessarily feel you have to
I
look
believe
cool.
so. I believe so. Yeah, I totally think that. Norlex personally was more focused academically because there weren't girls there.
And then you can see you obviously see the girls outside of school
Oh, yeah.
if you want.
And you
'Cause
went to
we
an
were the
all.
only all boys school in Brooklyn. There was 4 all girls schools. So like,
Damn.
and 2 of them were within 20 minutes away from the school.
That's so funny
So we
because I
never had
bet
any issues in that department at
Okay.
all. Yeah.
I wonder if it's like people are more wanting to put like their female kids into
Mm-hmm.
like more protective shells. Maybe that's why more.
Maybe.
But did you go to an all boys school before high school also?
Oh no, I went to a co-ed.
So you had
everything was
both.
co-ed until I
Okay.
went to high school.
What? Who did? Your parents?
What?
Are they? They're the ones who decide that you're going to an all boys school, and why?
It was a mutual decision. I always wanted to go to that school. So my mom.
You wanted to go to an all boys Catholic school always?
Oh yeah, I loved. Like I knew what the school was. I knew how good the school was. I had a lot of family friends, neighborhood friends who had gone through the school. The school is a basketball powerhouse, so it was like a very popular school within the city as well.
I like to grab strange dick. These priests are grabbing strange dick.
No, none of the brothers. Not while I was there, anyway. None of them were. No, but I always knew I wanted to go. It was either that or the school called Xavier. Both were all boys schools. So I was supposed to go to LaGuardia, but post 9/11, my parents and my uncles and aunties banned all of us from going to high school in Manhattan.
Fuck.
Because my older cousin was in high school in Manhattan during 9/11, had to walk home from school.
Okay, just so everybody's
post that, it was like
everybody's clear. LaGuardia High School
it's
is
like the art school in New York City.
It's the Fame High School, but also it's nowhere near the towers.
Yeah,
It's like real. They had to walk home. That's okay.
Yeah,
like
They're not coming home in soot.
it's no
and ash.
No, they're not.
They
I
put
get
a
it, but
a blanket ban policy on like the rest of us. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go to Zavarian. You know.
okay.
Yeah.
Our own Andrea Allen went to an all-woman school, correct?
Correct.
Did was it parochial? Or was it
No,
straight private.
it was just a private school.
Cool, yeah.
There's no religious affiliation, but
Smart.
yeah, it was great. I agree with you about the distraction element of it. I think also, like, for women, like you were talking about, there is no element of like, oh, I want to impress guys. I want to look sexual. Like, I want to be. That's not even on your radar. You're not trying to like dumb yourself down in front of other men. I think that was a huge thing for me. It was like, it's good if I do well in school. I'm not like the nerdy, like I don't want to be this like dumb, cute, pretty thing. Right. But I think like that's kind of a risk when you go co-ed. But I went co-ed in high school because at a certain point I was like, it's weird that I only socialize with girls. When I do see guys out and about, like we had like all boys schools that we'd like have dances with, and it was like we'd all just like stand on the opposite end and like stare at each other. So fucking stupid.
Nightmare.
It's such a nightmare. And like someone would grind, and everyone would be like, "Oh my god,
Can you do that at the cotillion?"
grinding!"
No.
Oh, I can't believe it.
In all fairness, that is the age where you should react like that to grinding.
Sure,
man.
13 years old.
You're taking me back now.
you know, right? Oh god,
That's when you start grinding, but you still should be like, tee I'm grinding. A little?
I can't believe she
At 16, it's like, get over here.
I would go to the public school dances around my teen years to like get in there with boys, and like people were getting
Really lay it down.
freaky.
Yeah, they were.
They're fingering on the dance floor.
Whoa.
And I'm wearing like a puffy vest and like a long sleeve shirt. Like, okay, I'm gonna go, and I'm like maybe gonna dance, and then I started to realize like boys are like this. I don't know how to talk to boys. Like I would see a boy and just act like a fucking weirdo, which is I think like a positive thing, but you have to start socializing with the opposite sex at a certain point because you're going to be a weirdo forever. Like,
did you have any kind of culture? I guess you are talking about the culture shock. Do you think it is worth like being in an all-girls school and maybe like doing supplementary? Hey, find boys like in an after-school thing, maybe, or something like that.
I think at the young age, it's totally worth it. I think especially considering like how predatory men are naturally. I mean, little boys are little, but it's still like it's just a safer.
We're terrorists at that age.
Yeah, it's a safer spot. I think it also like allows you to like express your individuality a little bit more without tying it to like I don't know. There's not any emphasis on your looks too.
Any gay people in your school?
Yeah, and every time I tell people that I went to an all-girls school, it's like, well, you get lesbian, and then when I went to a co-ed school,
That's funny. They don't ask guys that. Did you all turn gay?
Yeah.
Well, your friends who go to public schools will say that to you, though.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
They will.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Definitely.
your friends who go to public school, if they find out you're going to an all-boys school, they will, or any sort of single-sex school,
Oh yeah,
Huh.
you're gonna get that
it's
action.
totally
Oh,
you're
absolutely.
a lesbian.
Yeah.
It
Or
is.
you about to be one, or like,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Why do you love hanging out with girls all the time?
Very, very odd and immature. But since you bring it up, did you find yourself going gay?
Actually, no. I stayed straight here.
Are you sure? Because that's how it works.
This was for fun, you know?
Right.
I mean, if that's the case, I would have gone to NYU and played both sides of the fence.
Right, exactly. NYU Tish.
We do this game. We call it skinning the
I got
penis.
in. Screw that. Yeah.
Well, also, I feel like in New York, it's a little bit more like you can be more what you want to be. Not
Yes.
not completely, but it is like if I did want to go where like there's a gay community, I can take the train and go and live and even like be in hiding, you know, but like have
In
that
plain sight in a way.
release a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I went to an all-girls school. It was private. We wore uniforms. Like, it was very, very, like, I walked to school. I lived a very, very sheltered, and it was lovely in that, like, I wasn't exposed to a lot of really ugly stuff before I maybe should have been. But then I went to a boarding school afterwards, which was co-ed. And my first...
That's crazy, though.
Yeah.
Now, like, you weren't around boys. Now you're sleeping next to them.
with them. Yeah. And the first year was just a nightmare because I was so just like myself. And like, you know me, I'm a little weird.
I love it.
And you're wearing that old girl school outfit.
Oh, I used to wear tracksuits, and like, I have fat ass. I had no idea because there's no guys looking at me or talking to me ever. I'm wearing a light gray tracksuit with my like huge butt just like bouncing around. Guys are making comments. I'm like, what's go? I walk kind of with it like pointing outwards. I don't know that. People are making fun of that. Like, it was, and everyone was
For the
like,
record, I don't think you walk that way. I think you walk totally.
I corrected
I
it.
was about to say, she
I corrected it.
trained herself out of that.
Yeah.
At the time, she would carry her books with it.
Yeah, I would just,
Rest
bounce
it.
them on
Yep.
the top. I have it. It's a shelf. I should use it. But it was this huge, and it was also a culture shock with other girls because the other girls would make fun of me, like saying I'm a lesbian, or like I had crushes on like every single guy that would even talk to me. And I remember I had a list of boys that I like had a crush on, and another girl found it.
Oh
Yep.
God.
Yeah,
Oh.
and told the turnaround in the science class, hey, you're on Andrea's list of boys that she would like if
That's a
they liked
nightmare.
her back. You're on her list, blah, blah, blah. And it was so fucking, it was really bad. I was bullied really, really badly.
Who ended up pointing it out? Jason Martz?
But I did need to like, not to say like bullies save you, but
I was gonna say it. Yeah.
it
Toughen
did
you
like
up.
it did show me sort of like, if you act this way, this is how people are going to react to you. I was lucky enough that the older girls in the school kind of like saw that I was being bullied and were like, she's cool, she's a weirdo, guys, like, leave her alone. And that was super helpful. I think it would have been really bad if I had been just left to be bullied.
Is there something like, can you avoid that first year culture shock? That first, like, can you set a kid up a little bit better for that?
I don't know. What do you think?
And
I
also
mean,
that
having somebody that you knew before you were at the school in the school helps
Yeah,
a lot. Like,
that would be helpful.
I had an older family friend, 2 years older than me in the school, who like kind of like, hey, like gave me game as I got there. And, like,
Sure. He's
and you didn't have
cool.
that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. But I
I think that's the only way you can actually kind of set somebody up, is having another youth that they know older.
Okay.
in the
Yeah.
school.
Well, that's what eventually happened. Like, a person who was my bully finally was like, hey, she's funny. Like,
Right.
she's crazy, but like, I like her. And she started to include me. And then all the other bullies, like, she like protected me. It's very like weirdly networky, or like, she's good. If this person says
Yeah.
she's cool, then she's cool.
Absolutely.
And so that,
It's very Mean Girls. I mean,
is very
but
Mean
like,
Girls.
but not just girls. Like just the movie Mean Girls.
Sure.
But,
Oh, no.
But
Yeah,
across
I
the
hear you.
board, 'cause
Yeah.
that happens with boys too, right?
Absolutely. Like me, like having Roddy in the school, like Roderick is an older friend, family friend. Like, it put me at a point where like I was kind of cool from the jump. Now people still tease me for like music or whatever it was, but
for your interests.
yeah, or like having skills.
I
but,
know, it's so funny. Yeah.
But having that older person there, and then so this person's cool. Like, it's like a vouch. It's almost like comedy. It's like,
It is.
if you're trying to get in somewhere and somebody's like, "Yo, I like this dude. He's featured for me." Now the people there are like, "All right, cool. This person's cool." You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Would you? And I know you're not planning on having kids. I don't know if you would. You recommend putting your kid in separate sex schools,
Yes.
yeah,
but not force?
Not.
I would
Encourage.
provide them the opportunity. I'll say, "Hey, here's this great school. Would you like to go?"
Yeah. I'd say go
Yeah.
early in life. I think you have to go co-ed eventually to just like break out of that hole. And also the thing you were saying about all girls schools, because they're repressed, then they start like acting. They hit teen years and
Yeah,
they
Catholic
start.
schools are known for being promiscuous.
Well, yeah, because you have nothing, and then
Look
all
at
of a
this
sudden,
smile, because he knows, because that's why they wait
those
outside the
all-girls
Catholic school.
sluts, man.
Yeah.
They go 180 because it's like you can't do it, you're not allowed to do it, and then
it
once you
feels
start
good.
doing it, you just like lose it.
Go for it.
And I mean, I wasn't getting any, so and neither was I in high school because I was too busy like doing weird shit. But
Not fucking.
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah.
Yeah,
I was about to say,
I don't know,
You want to
making-
expound on this weird shit?
making comic book character, like doing my nerdy shit. But
Yeah.
but when
You
when
are so cute. I wish I knew Andrea, high school Andrea. I fucking wish I knew.
Yeah.
such a fucking
So cute.
weirdo. Oh my god. But
Norlex, would you teach your kids how clever ways to put balls on people's property?
Yeah, I think that's a good skill to know.
Yeah.
Because you never know when you're going to need to know proper testicle placement, the proper situation.
you gotta be able to do it quick. Like you
Yeah.
need to touch and then go. Like there's an art.
You see, I was very good at the having it out already. So then you just, you know what I mean? So then you just do the creep up. The person doesn't know. Then like, somebody's laughing. Like, oh shit, no, that's cool, dude. Just turn around.
How did you
It
do?
was strategy, dude.
Yeah, it is
That's all it was.
strategy.
Yeah.
How did you do with girls?
I did pretty well. I had one girlfriend.
Oh, good for you.
No, I had one girlfriend in high school. She went to one of the all-girls schools. Our school set us up well where we had 3 dances a year. So only boys from the school could go, but any girl from any
wow.
girl from any school in New York City could
Smell
come.
that desperation.
Yeah,
You're rolling in it.
So
Please,
yeah,
girls,
I had
please
one
come.
girlfriend, junior, senior year of high school, and we did what teenagers do and stuff.
You were faithful.
Yes, in high school.
Afterwards, I can't speak for myself.
Well, I mean, 2008 and 2009 were a crazy time. I
You were still
kinda-
with her? Or?
Oh no, I was in college at that point. I was what the kids would say, out in these streets.
Okay,
All
that's
right.
not cheating though.
No, it's not. But I wasn't taking care of myself. I was just really emotionally and physically just being very dangerous.
Why?
In life. It's kind of the same thing. If
Yeah.
you're in all boys school, I think that's part of the downsides. Like that was my first time.
You're free now.
especially after hormones being
Yeah.
in your body. That I was around the opposite sex and no inhibitions. I had my own place to stay. I lived off
Oh,
campus
yeah.
my freshman year, so there was a lot of
Oh wow,
yeah,
off
yeah.
campus.
Yeah, I had an off-campus apartment. It was a horrible experiment on my school's behalf. They put like 80 freshmen off campus.
Oh,
with their own apartments. It
terrifying.
was
Yeah, they're
fucking-
throwing booze out the
horrible,
window, throwing up
horrible.
everywhere. Yeah.
Listen, I love CMU, but that was one of the worst decisions they ever made.
Well-
They stopped that program pretty quickly.
Okay.
But yeah, I was just your first time, not having to answer to anybody. You have your own space, all that type of stuff. And being that I was in all boys school for 4 years and I was in a relationship, the last 2 of it,
Oh yeah.
boom!
You're
Like
ready
when
to
I
party.
got out there, I was ready to go.
Yeah, when I moved, I went to the boarding school, which was also very sheltered. Like there are guys there, but it was like a art focused school, very small on an island, literally. And then I moved to New York and was like, oh shit! I can drink. I gotta lose this virginity. I
Yeah,
can
come
do
up off of
whatever
that
I
V card, baby.
want.
Yeah.
I knew. I was like, I gotta get rid of this stupid shit. I need to fuck so that I can like fuck more, and it's not weird that I have it. Like I was ready. So I was
It's
like,
I want to look throughout Andrea's life. I want to look at her to-do lists
Yeah.
lose virginity immediately.
and keep fucking.
Yeah, gotta keep fucking, man. No one even kissed me until I was like 18. I was ready.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard. I hate to say that's hard, but I know it is.
You feel like,
Yeah.
what the fuck's wrong with me?
At 13, I was like, I need someone to make out with me now. First guy I kissed was 15. I was like, I'm fucking late as fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't even find him attractive. He was a good looking guy. I just didn't find him attractive.
Just need to get out the way.
I was like,
Yeah.
we're here.
Gotta lose my K card. Gotta lose my V card. I got a lot of cards. I gotta throw them all out.
Hey man, just make sure you got that wallet when you leave the theater.
I have one card left in my wallet.
Is it the A card?
No, I lost
Bam.
that.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh.
Just kidding. I have no cards.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
ruined and empty as a human.
Yeah. Wow. You're vapid wasteland.
Yeah.
What? I like to turn this conversation to
Yeah.
quickly. That was very good.
The one thing I will say about our girls' schools also versus all boys schools, they do make you allow you to be yourself, but there is a lot of there's competitiveness between girls, and there's a lot of eating disorders and
That is true.
that kind of shit.
That is true. Yeah.
And I wish that wasn't a problem for me. I had a pretty healthy self-esteem, and my parents raised me to eat well and stuff like that. But there's a weird competitiveness amongst between girls and like an evilness. Like when girls bully other girls, there's something
That
like,
shit's
it's
coming from deep.
crazy.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like Machiavellian how
Yeah.
evil it is.
I totally get that because we can get inside your brain.
Yes.
And we're gonna and it's gonna seem like I've watched people have done I remember this in front of Keith. I'm like, that girl is being a total fucking asshole and he clueless. And I'm like, oh, because he's not familiar with these
You don't
moves.
speak this
Right.
crazy language.
I'm familiar. Yeah. And so now I notice with my husband, what I notice is I don't recognize the boys' moves and he doesn't recognize the girls' moves. I'm like, you're falling for some shit right now that is not, and it's not like sexual or anything. It's just this person is manipulating you a little bit and
Yeah.
I can see it and you can't. And like you see maybe women as like something different than I can see. And similar for me, I have to take your word when this guy is trying to like do this other thing that you're more familiar
trying
with.
to take your V card.
Yeah, we noticed our sexist microaggressions way quicker than right. So like when I'm out with my lady, like there's certain things that like women have done like post show to me or whatever that she might not see, like I might not see it, but she sees it immediately. I'm like, oh, this is somebody just being nice, and she's like, that bitch need to wash her hands, stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's not like possessive thing. There is that line,
Yeah.
but there is like where it's and it's mostly it's of no consequence. It's like just so you know,
Right.
Yeah.
something else was happening. It's of no consequence now, but if you keep going on this route, they're gonna get some stuff out of you that you and it's not sexual, but whatever. But then so that's why I'm saying yes, that does exist. But you know, in men's shit, they're like they do like gang rapes and there's like heavy shit. They beat the fuck out of each other
Yeah.
within an inch of their life. Like,
Yeah.
yes, it's more physical, it's more outward. You can punish it a lot faster, maybe because it's like black and white. Although
Yeah.
rape doesn't usually get punished, but it is more black and like it's black and blue on your skin. You could see
Yeah.
it. So maybe that's
But then that gets chalked up to either boys being boys, usually boys being boys, right?
Yeah.
Like when.
And that's
like,
terrible because
yeah.
you're bullying each other in a same way because maybe you weren't terrified, but there were a lot of guys that were terrified because of this like bullying that you can't see because you're not tough enough, you're not a man, you're not whatever. I think it exists in both sexes.
Oh, for sure. I think it's, but when you're surrounded by your own sex, it's you get it in a
Amplified.
bigger version, and that's the drawback. But I still wouldn't trade it. I think it informed very much like my confidence in who I am and ability to just be who I am without much worry that other people are going to be weirded out by it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
They
I'm
are.
very happy to have gone.
What were you alluding to with your music? You play how many instruments?
25.
At the height of it, it was 7 pretty much full time.
What are
you know?
these?
So, trombone, violin, viola, piano, euphonium, drums.
He's making them up, but it's cool.
Yeah.
No,
Look
no,
how
it was-
bored he is. He's like euphonium, piano.
Geronium, uranium.
But yeah, that's what I did every day for pretty much at this point the majority of my life.
Do you
yeah.
still play?
Oh no.
Do you
no.
miss it?
I miss it at times.
Were you
Like,
terrible? We just assumed you were good.
oh no, I was pretty goddamn good. All
Okay.
right, no,
He was thinking of LaGuardia High School.
yeah,
I guess a lot of people think about it, but
yeah, and going there is a very different ballgame.
I have a feeling you don't think about stuff that is completely out of your realm.
No, I don't miss it really anymore. Like I've said this before, but I do miss like being around the creation of music, like in like a tight section. I do miss a lot of that, but I don't miss walking around with my horn. I don't miss like practicing in practice rooms. I don't miss like memorizing excerpts. I don't miss any of that. But there is a certain feeling that you get when you're on stage and like everybody's tight and on their shit, and like whatever ensemble you're in, whether it's jazz or classical. And everybody's firing off. You're like, oh, we're so hot right now. Like,
Yeah.
It's like being on stage and crushing. Like,
Yeah.
If I stopped doing stand up for some crazy reason, I'd miss the feeling of crushing. It's like the same thing. It's a parallel.
You know,
You need a stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't miss playing. I go to a lot of my friends' shows because a lot of my best friends growing up here in the city are, pro musicians. Some of them Broadway, some of them orchestras, some of them in other types of groups. So when I go see them, I'd be like, oh, I miss it. So like I'll pull up my piano when I get home drunkenly and like bang out jazz chords for 20 minutes and be like, all right, Daddy still got it. Right? And then like go to sleep or something like that.
I follow your Twitter.
Yep.
Norlex said,
Gracias. Yep.
some of y'all are going to be on that bullshit and hit up your bud person at 7 to 8 p. I assume p.m. Fucking rookies.
Yeah.
What are these words?
What are these words?
Are you code switching?
Yeah, that was me admonishing people's 420 behavior.
Oh, like they're
They're
not
waiting until 7-8 p.m. on 420 to hit up their dealer.
You know the
like it's
demand
not
is high.
Like it's not 420. Exactly.
Yeah.
I see. And which side are you on?
No, I'm prepared. I mean, I'm a seasoned veteran.
Okay.
I know what I'm doing here. Yeah.
Were people calling you between 7 and 8?
No, I don't sell, brother.
Okay,
No. You see what I look like? I get Eric Garner out here.
That's funny. I know my neighbors are that because I know like we only hear them coughing like that when they're celebrating. Like 420, there was coughing from their thing.
Yeah.
And then there was another time where they were having a party. I don't know if it was July 4th or like they're clearly celebrating something. Very specific coughing is coming out of there. And we just sit there. We're just like, aw, that's cute.
Andrea Allen, you want to check out Andrea's show, by the way, the Hot Mess Comedy Hour. It's
Thank you.
fantastic. Follow the Twitter as well, at Andrea Comedy.
Appreciate it.
Norlex, you want to check out this business? The Twitter account, like I said, is Norlex said, Norlex.
You couldn't get Norlex? I'm just curious. At Norlex was taken?
I don't think I went for at Norlex. I think
really?
I was specifically.
I just know I say things. And
I'm not saying it's not clever. I just the upside of having a name like I have Hemda, and the upside of having that kind of name is mostly getting the URLs and the things that are not taken. But the downside is always hearing people go, "What? What does that mean?" Like the follow-up question. When somebody.
I've got the script in my head. I
Yes.
already know. Yeah.
Okay. Here's the different responses. One, you didn't ask me what my name was after I introduced myself. You don't care. You didn't hear me, and it's gone from your brain. Two.
Okay, go ahead.
There's the where are you from, and what does it mean?
Yep.
And that's and by the way, I totally get all of this, but a lot of that comes from like. I know what you look like because I go New York and just to piss people off sometimes.
There's something else going on.
They're like, no, but that nose is from somewhere else. Like, and you're not Hemda from New York, and I'm like, yeah, I know.
Do people hit you with the so if they don't want to push you that way, they say, so where your parents from? That's the way around that question. Because if people can tell you got some sort of ethnic in you, they don't want to ask you straight up. They're like, oh, so where's your mom from, dog?
I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said, where's your mom from? Black? I'm trying to figure out what's what.
Was he Chad?
It'd be funny if it devolved into, you like falafel?
Yeah, that'd be a great upfront question. Like, what's your stance on knishes? How do you feel about that?
When you see cucumber and tomato in a salad, do you call it an Israeli salad or an Arab salad?
Right. Which salad does not exist?
Yeah. Wow, that's good. No, the other one I get is where people. So they register that your name's not a standard name when you introduce yourself, but they don't want to follow up and be like, hey, what is that? So they just pick the syllable that they heard. Right? So like, I'll get that. I'll say Norlex, and people will be like, some. Nice to meet you, Lex. I'm like, nah, you missed the whole front part. People are like, and there's a very popular comic here in the city who still to this day, every time he sees me, he's like, hey, Norlex, and it gives me a headache.
Wow.
And he's cool. I've done his show. Like, we hang out. He's like, hey, Norlex.
That's the one thing I don't get people trying.
Yeah, why go for it?
Yeah.
Well, the front end of your name probably throws people off.
Yeah. They don't even want to even start it.
Unless they have heard or have been around like people from your culture and have like heard that before, they might not.
I can tell those people also because they are thrilled to say my name. They're like, Hemda. And I'm like, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
and
nailed
like,
it.
Yeah, and they're like, I spent time in Israel. And then they don't want to talk to me about Israel. And I'm like, you're going to tell me more about Israel than I know. But let's do this. Again, none of this makes me mad. It's like very obvious, but part of me wants to have a normal, like, at least not the ch in there sometimes because I can't let it go. I could easily just go, my name is Hemda, period, end of story, start to finish, but I can't say my name like that. I can't.
It's not your name. That's one. It's not your culture. That's not what your parents name you. Like your
But
name
I
is
get it.
your identity. I get it. Like I introduce myself as Lex sometimes.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you feel a little weird about that?
I do, but I have friends of mine who get pissed off at me for doing that. Because like, your name is so dope, your name is so unique, it has a whole story. Well, this is not a whole story, but it's a story. I have friends of mine, my ex-girlfriend used to get pissed off at me for doing that. But then I don't want to go through the whole, okay, so where you're from, where your parents from, what's the story behind your name? I didn't get the first syllable.
Yeah, it's hard, especially.
It sounds like Snorlax, it sounds like Rolex. I don't want to go through all that shit, so sometimes I'm just like, hey, Lex, nice to meet you.
Yeah,
you know?
because if you'll see me not introduce myself to people, and it's like I so want to, but
you don't want to seem standoffish, but you're trying to preempt all that nonsense. Yeah, I
I'm
hear
just
that.
like, nice to meet you. Well, ask someone else my name, and then you can go through it with them, because I see people's embarrassments. I see people having trouble, and I almost feel bad for them.
Do
And
people ask you if your name's biblical?
yes,
You ever get that?
Yeah,
I imagine you do.
You know what's funny? In Israel, they do. And I had to realize that. Yeah, because in Israel, Chemda is not a very popular name. It's Chedva. And apparently Chemda is like something biblical, because people asked me if I was, the funniest thing is people asked me if I was religious. And I'm like, I'm standing here in a bathing suit in the water with you, and you're asking me if I'm religious. Like, you're in Israel. You know what religious Jews look like. And it's not in a bra and panties talking to your ass. Yeah.
Dreaming about bacon cheeseburgers.
Yeah. Yeah, we're having a cheeseburger. Are you
I can tell sometimes when people say my name, Keith, but it's like they said it Kieth, and I'm like, just let it go.
Come on, dude, just drop it.
Yeah. I was at a bar last night, and
I'm gonna start calling you Keith, the way black people say it.
my friend introduces me to these patrons, just not even acquaintances. And I go, oh, hi, and the one guy says, yeah, we met each other before. And I go, what's my name? And he goes, what? I'm like, exactly. So don't make this whole weird. I'm Keith. Hi. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's crazy. If he was going to cut you off, he should be like, Keith, yeah, I remember.
Of
Nice
course.
to see you again.
Then,
But
then he
know.
would have impressed you. You'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, this dude remembers me.
Right.
But now you just seem like a dickhead. It's like, I remember the configuration of your face, but I don't remember your name whatsoever. Assholes.
Go on YouTube. Look Norlex up. You can look up The Ghetto Brilliant.
Yeah, that was the. Oh, damn, I forgot I never changed the name of that YouTube channel.
you wanted to change it?
Yeah, I was going to change it to No Like Said. That's literally my first YouTube channel from like when I first got it. I did college radio like years back, and that was like the first thing I started. Thank you for the heads up, Keith.
Why why Ghetto Brilliant?
It was a nickname that one of my friends gave me, just like being from the neighborhood and like being. I grew up like reading the news a lot, reading encyclopedias for fun. Like I was kind of a weirdo like that as well.
You read the encyclopedia for fun?
Yeah, both my parents are public high school, like teachers and employees. So like there was always a lot of, hey, go learn stuff. Here. So here's an encyclopedia.
That doesn't
Or,
mean
like,
you listen.
here's
Wow.
Jeopardy. I used to just do that. And one of my friends nicknamed me Ghetto Brilliant. Like my homegirl Shannon, she's like, Lex, you like Ghetto Brilliant? I was like, yeah, I'm sticking with that. So that became like my first Twitter handle. That became my first YouTube channel. Yeah.
He has a show called Lex Fest.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, August 26th. Next
But
one.
I'm going to call it Norlex Fest. So
Cool, thank you.
This is very fun. It was nice meeting you.
Yeah, same, man.
I do want to do it again. We'll get
I'd love
into
to.
what the fuck your name is.
And I'm not Dominican, so stop all those questions now. My girlfriend is, but yeah, she has a weird name too.
Dominican?
Yeah, because Dominicans are like, so we'll get into I don't want to.
Go ahead.
So my name is a combination of my parents' names. And like so I'm Haitian, so we're one side of the island, Dominicans the other side of the island. That's actually a very popular practice in Dominican culture, and some Haitians do it as well. So when I start giving the story of my name is a combination of my parents' names, 1 in every 3 times if I'm in the city, somebody will be like, "Oh, you Dominican?" But that's the last thing you could, if you knew how much that hurts for you to ask a Haitian that, you know what I mean? But. So every once in a while I have to get into the story.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's it. Thank you guys very much. Don't forget, keithandthegirl.com/new. It's our new store, new and improved, easy to look around, and I think you'll dig it.
Thanks for having me, guys.